Actually, first of all, let me thank MEF for hosting this event, and obviously it was very unfortunate that Mobile World Congress was canceled this year, but for good reason. But it's good that the roughly 5 or 10% of the people that were going to attend are still here in Barcelona, and MEF could organize this fantastic event for its members and other folks in town, focusing on messaging, IoT, personal identity, and other topics. So thanks to MEF for that. And of course, my company, Summit Tech, we're helping to support this activity by sponsoring part of the day here today. So Summit Tech has been in the industry for over 20 years and over 10 years in IMS, so voice over LTE, VoLTE, and RCS, experts in providing technology innovation and solutions to the industry, both for device makers on the handset, mobile handset, tablets, IoT devices, as well as carrier infrastructure software for the actual core networks. I run sales and marketing. I'm the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer for Summit Tech. Sure. Well, it was my pleasure to kick off the Future of Messaging session, the first day of the two-day events here. And my talk focused on chatbot innovation, so A2P, or as opposed to P2P, peer-to-peer, person-to-person networking. A2P is more about bulk messaging, advertising, call center, customer support, as we all know, and moving that into from SMS to RCS is the next innovation step for mobile operators. Of course, in the environment today, we have over-the-top services like WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook Messenger, getting very good traction in the space, but the operators are eyeing a shift from SMS to RCS in what GSMA calls the RCS business messaging arena. So my talk was along those lines, but at Summit, again, we're very innovative. So we are innovating beyond mobile devices and beyond ads. So today, most of the A2P traffic and applications are running on a mobile handset and mobile phone and are carrying bulk messaging, SMS, ads, or maybe a little bit of customer care. But we're expanding beyond these applications and these device types. So from mobile devices on mobile phones to, let's say, a tablet, an iPad, and then beyond mobile devices to a PC, to an IoT device, or it could be in-car, connected car application, could be home automation, home security, and other traditional enterprise or industrial IoT devices. So that's expanding chatbots and A2P from the traditional mobile phone to different device types. I also should mention VR headsets. So HMDs, head-mount displays, is another big area where we can embed chatbot and RCS capability, especially with 5G and VR, AR, XR now becoming mainstream. And by the way, you don't need to have an HMD or head-mount display to use these VR applications. You can actually use your mobile handset and just pan around the environment and get that 360 VR experience. But the whole point is that bringing RCS and bringing A2P to these new device types is the innovation step, and I think the next logical step in RCS deployment. The other area of innovation is in different applications. So today, obviously, there's a lot of bulk messaging, a lot of one-time passwords being sent over SMS. There are a lot of ads being pushed, and some customer care. Right. So those are the traditional A2P applications carried over SMS. Now there's a lot of that going on, as I mentioned, in WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Apple Business Chat, some of the other over-the-top applications, and of course the carriers want to shift from the dual text-only SMS into the richer messaging format with a rich carousel and images and deep links. All the capabilities you can get, the rich capabilities and functionality from RCS. So bringing these applications from SMS to RCS is the traditional applications, and that's the natural step. We're going beyond that, so we're bringing chatbots. Again, I mentioned IoT for devices, but the application of let's say home security and home automation. So you have an RCS client built into the IoT device, but you also have a chatbot that's now communicating with and controlling these types of devices. So that's chatbots for IoT. One application example. The other is, let's say, a kiosk. So a kiosk, obviously it's not a mobile phone, but you have to have the RCS client built into the kiosk, and then chatbots that are designed to display content and interact with the kiosk itself, and of course the end users interact in turn with the kiosk. And the other IoT example is in-vehicle. So connected car. And there are a whole host of applications that you can bring to a vehicle that are chatbot based in terms of command and control and displaying content and interaction. Well, I think some of the main barriers to the 10 plus long time horizon for RCS deployment have been devices, ability or availability of native devices. So that is devices that have RCS just simply built in. So today when a consumer subscriber buys a mobile device, whether it's an open market device in a insert your own SIM model or provided by the operator, it comes with a couple key features, right? Voice and SMS, as well as data, internet data plan. Availability of a native or built-in RCS client is key for mass adoption, and that's coming. So some of the bigger vendors obviously have stepped up and provide now native RCS capability. Google has provided in Android messages RCS capability. There still remains one barrier, and that is while these native clients exist in these devices, they're not necessarily open or activated for all mobile networks. So some mobile operators, the smaller second tier and smaller operators, just don't have access to these devices, and it's very difficult to get the device vendors to open it up, go through the proof of concepts, the trials, some of the early integration and interoperability testing that's required just isn't happening right now. So hopefully that barrier will be overcome soon. But the technology is there, the devices are there. It's just this next step that needs to happen. And there are some industry efforts to address this right now. So I'm cautiously optimistic about that. So one of the things I'm really excited about is the VR 360 5G e-commerce demo. That's a mouthful, but obviously I ran some video of that demo. Unfortunately, Mobile Congress is canceled, but that was going to be one of the key centerpiece demos in GSMA's Innovation City at the show this year. We were going to do a live demo of that, so I'm very happy to be able to at least present the video here. We will actually be doing this live demo in the April RCS RBM Labs, hosted by GSMA, sponsored by Summit Tech in Montreal. In terms of this VR 360 application, the thing that I'm most excited about is that it's a case that shows the confluence of all these new technologies, all these new innovations coming into the forefront and commercializing at the same time. So we have 5G, we have XR, that's AR, VR, extended reality, alternate reality, all coming together through what I was talking about earlier, an IoT device, which is the HMD, head-mount display VR goggles, combined with e-commerce. So that's the RBM RCS A2P piece as well. Now in the demo, you can see that we have a social aspect of it. So whatever you're watching, whether it's an event, or let's say the example we gave was the fashion boutique, you could look at one of the models, what they're wearing, and there's a QR code behind. If you dwell on that, roll over that QR code, you can see a pop-up in an RCS rich card that describes that particular outfit or article of clothing. You could then add that to your cart and go through the typical e-commerce flow, but you could also share it socially. So it's A2P, but also P2P. You can share it to a group chat. You can actually take a snapshot of what you're looking at in the VR goggles and then share that online, share that through social media, share that in an RCS rich chat with your friends. So again, it's 5G, it's VR, it's e-commerce, it's an IoT device. What else? It covers many of the work streams, coincidentally, in MEF, so a lot of the working groups. So we touch on all these different areas, and as a company, as a member, we're excited about it, not only to bring these new innovative technologies to life and commercialize them, but also work in the process of standardization, best practices, and many of the working groups that we participate in, both in the GSMA and MEF. We're happy and proud to be participants because we have a lot of experience in the industry and with these new innovative technologies to help contribute to the process.